Hi there, this is Rio Singh. Just wanted to make a quick diary of my garden. This is on the patio. I'm just potting up some beans. They were all on a single seed tray, so I've separated them out. They're not looking the best, but they've got some new growth on them, so hopefully that should carry on growing. So let's get past the patio, and I've got some maize planted. I've heard about maize, that you should plant it straight in the ground, the seeds straight in the ground. I didn't. I started these off as seedlings, and then planted them out, and unfortunately a few of them didn't make it. I think there's 2 that didn't make it, and but the others look okay. I've been watering them daily because we've had a bit of a warm spell. Coming over here, I've got my onion sets. Some of them are Spanish onions and some of them are red onions. And on that bed there I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12 potatoes. And then I've just put some beans out just before the weekend. These are the same ones that I potted into small pots. I just tore up a bit of grass and then turned it over and put them in. I've put some slug pellets around as well because we've got a bit of a slug problem. Well, like most people. So I've just put that down to protect them from slugs. This hopefully will be a nice compost pile for next year. It's the grass that I've peeled up from here. I've just turned it upside down and left it there to rot. So hopefully, okay. This is my main compost pile where I put my grass cuttings. It's just knocked together out of a couple of pallets. Ooh. Pond, which is totally teeming with tadpoles. Don't know if you can see them in the video. Maybe if we get a bit closer. So hopefully I'll have some toads to eat the slugs. Just been having a bit of a burn today. This is a bed which I've just started working over last week. There's a huge tree stump in the middle of it. I think it's it's quite rotten, so I'm going to have a go at it with an axe and just see if I can get down about 6 inches or so. So I can then just put some topsoil over the top of it and hopefully get some plants growing in there. These are my other onions, which were planted the same time as those. They're in some soil which I used last year for growing peppers in buckets. So I put the soil in this bed. I've been putting it in this bed for a couple of years now. When I shake off the roots of my peppers and tomatoes, which were in buckets. Originally, when I put them in the buckets, it was about 33% perlite. So and these seem to be actually quite huge. They're all about 1 foot long plus. So it's a better growing medium than the soil over there. Hopefully next year the whole of this bed will be this kind of quality, and just a single bucket with a couple of a potato which I had left over from over there. from the main beds into my greenhouse. And it looks like I've got 2 peppers which were given to me by a friend. They're called Hungarian hot wax. I've got my perpetual spinach which looks ready for picking. I've got some cauliflowers which I need to plant out really. I've got some cauliflowers here which I planted out. I've never done cauliflowers before, and I was reading up on the square foot method, and according to that you need about a square foot per cauliflower. Well, in this tub there's 8, so I think I'm gonna have to thin these out and maybe move some of the bigger ones. So there's only 2, if you can see that properly. More spinach. I've got a tomato which I'm starting to train to these canes. Another tomato there. Then I've got 3 big tomatoes. Because they're in the greenhouse, they've already got fruit on them, which is quite promising. And then I've got this one here, which, as you can see, these are all planted together, and these are really dark and nice, whereas this one's light, really light. I think must have some sort of deficiency, I'm not really sure what. I gave it a feed last week with just some tomato feed, a teaspoon of magnesium salt. Oh, this is into a gallon that was shared out between all of them. A teaspoon of magnesium salt, a tablespoon of molasses, and then half a cupful of tomato feed. I don't know, it doesn't look as good as the others, and actually it's got a stalk on it which has fallen over. Maybe it would have been better to support that, but I think that's a goner. So I might have to. Oh yeah, it's twisted off. Okay. Oh well. It's a bit of wasted energy, but it can go on the compost heap. And then this is my pepper that's been flowering, and it's got 1 fruit on it, which is still quite small. I haven't fed those yet at all, but it is in Miracle Grow, so hopefully it should be okay for a little while yet. Yeah, I think the spinach looks like it's ready to give it a good old picking, and then I can maybe have that for my tea one night this week. Okay, that's about it, guys. Just a quick first entry for a diary of the garden. Oh, I forgot to show you here my peas. Peas have got a bit of a red spider mite problem. If you look closely, you can see the leaves have got they've been eaten by red spider mite. Oh, see if we can get some focus here. They've been eaten by red spider mite, and you might, if you see closely, you might be able to see some web. I was hoping I would catch some ladybirds and bring them in, because they quite like eating the red spider mites, but I've not seen any this year, so that's that. As soon as I do, I'll bring them in. Anyway, so that's my diary. Before I shut it off, I just wanted to point out this crate. It's just made from old pallets. So I got the idea from Rick's video, and he got it as a birthday present from someone. So I thought, oh, that would be cool for growing something in. Maybe planting some cabbages. I just lined it with some old grow bags. That's actually where this bench came from as well. One of my friends came over while I was making this crate, and he said, I've got some planks from some crates from a machine that's come from America. And then I looked at these planks. They're quite long, and I thought they're too good to make into planters, so I made a potting bench out of them. I had to buy some, I think it was 1.5 by 1.5, but it was on special offer at Selco. It was about 75p a metre or so, and then I just used a bottom plank from the pallet just to join these two big redwood planks together, and yeah, job done. Anyway, thanks for watching, if anyone's made it to the end, and I'll hopefully give an update in about 2 weeks' time.